This is You Know the Fucking Vibe, where we talk about love, sex, relationships, gossip, and all your trendy topics. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications to be notified when a new video is posted.
What's good? Y'all know the fucking vibe. It's your girl Dream.
Damo. And today we're coming on for part 2. We got our guests from our first episode. We have Tati and City joining us. The end of part 1 got a little juicy. Yes. We were starting to get into some things. People was acting shy, but you know what? We come back for part 2.
We had to double back.
Yeah. So we're here for part 2, and this is the steamier version of our Pride podcast. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to jump right on into these questions. Okay. So before, both questions are for both of you to answer, but this time, since we ended off with Tati and her little steaminess being spicy, we're going to start with City. So City, did you ever have a sexual experience with a woman?
Look at him.
No,
I thought, when I left off, I was like, I thought it was gonna be a follow-up to that last question, and I'm glad.
Oh yeah,
gotcha. Got him.
Oh,
practicing all week.
We do need to follow up actually, because I just remember.
Did you right? You just bought that on your stuff.
Yes. Did you use your
no? Oh.
Right.
Don't be shy.
Yes.
Okay, that's you can just leave it there. Just right. That's fine. All right. So you never had a sexual experience with a woman?
No, I haven't. Although I did see myself and try to portray myself as hetero all the way until I was 20 years old. Mm-hmm. But and I thought honestly for the longest time, probably up until maybe even 16 to 18, I always thought that it was like a phase that I was going to snap out of it, because it was something that people had though too. So I wasn't so I guess I say that to say I kind of expected it, but it never happened.
Yeah. Tati. Okay. Have you ever had a sexual experience with a man?
Hell no, for me, dog. Look,
I mean, just straight no.
Look, to each his own. I mean, right. I'm not gonna knock City's response at all, because I know I have, and I think that's a good thing. You always hear that they're saying don't knock it until you try it. Mm-hmm. For me,
yes.
If somebody gave you a platter of food and said it was fish, would you smell funny? You still gonna eat it? No. So for me, no. I knew what it was. I was pretty blessed with that. I'm saying it's not blessed. I'm sorry, City. This sounds kind of fucked up, but I didn't have a need or want to say, okay, well, is this me or can I try? No. But on one weird thing, Dominique used to laugh at me, and shit doesn't change. But I will tell you this: I've never had an experience with a man. Never had a sexual experience with a man at all. But I have a tendency, because I love to work out, and also that my favorite R&B artist is Trey Songz. I would look at Trey Songz or any other dude when they look good. I'm like, damn, they look good. But it's never nothing it's never nothing on a sexual...
I want to try that dick.
Yeah. And then in the porn, I'd be like, ooh, look at that. I would say it. I'm sorry, City. I'm sorry.
So, okay.
But look.
It's because I understand and I'm with you on that, especially as far as women. One of my favorite things to even just witness is beautiful women. But it's crazy because sometimes I'd be for example, Beyonce. I feel like Beyonce might be able to turn me out. I don't know. I
was just about to. I'm glad you said that.
Possibly, I don't know. I would be mad open-minded to that. Beyonce, if she just ever wanted to just ever be so desperate.
Future.
I think I might take it. I don't know, but I get what you're saying though.
Yes, I was actually just about to ask that to piggyback
Ooh.
off of the question. Do you guys have like a hetero crush, if you will?
Um,
Like, I literally like will look at a guy and be like, dang, like I would look, I approve. Sounds crazy. It's like I really like love working out, and I find like little different like workout. Look, I know like that don't make like I hate my sister, but like my feet literally we like dudes working out. Like it's not my fault. Like these women just be like, bitch, look, I need you to lift something.
The
Let me see those
crazier part
flex.
is those men are probably gay.
See, there
That's
you go.
the buffest ones.
You don't know nothing.
Sometimes.
So City, no hetero crush, nothing.
um,
Not Beyonce.
kind of Beyonce. I would say kind of yeah, no, but you know what the crazy thing is at the end of the day, because I think that we need to for us to even kind of push back on homophobia is that we need to even get women, hetero men and women to acknowledge beautiful people because you just don't lose that as a person. Men know who beautiful men are. They know what that is. But rarely you'll hear a guy feel empowered enough to give a guy that type of compliment.
Facts. Yeah.
Like you good. Because obviously doing things like that automatically means that you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about our first times. Okay. So you guys, what was it a disaster? Was it fireworks? Did you not want to do it again? Did you have to figure some things out before you went back? What was your first time like with a sexual or your sexual experience?
That's all. See,
Tati.
look, I love that. All right, it it's my 18th birthday at a Marriott in Pennsylvania. I'll never forget it because I was dating this girl at the time, and I was in college, so. And it was on the bathroom floor because I got the hotel and it was myself, her best friend. I think her best friend was there. I don't know if she had a guy. I don't recall that. But I remember us going to the bathroom on the bathroom floor and I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay. And evidently she enjoyed it. Like I was like, okay, I guess responses. And that's like from that point on, I started listening to women. I'm like, all right, their responses. That's what I need to listen to. But then when it was my turn, I was like, I swear. Like,
so Tati, did you like watch videos or like read up on stuff to like prepare, or did you just like was like I'm gonna wing it?
I honestly never watched any videos. I'm not a porn person either. Like I didn't know what I was just like. You go down there, sure. I mean, we're on that one. I was like, I hate fucking Dominique. It's true because I'm like I didn't know what the fuck to do, and I'm just like, well,
no, seriously, no, it's serious.
It's the same way.
It's serious, yeah, because it's like you never. I mean, granted, we lick popsicles and stuff like that, but you don't actually think about it as a pleasure thing and how does it make him feel, especially not in high school. So fuck that. Anyway, City. So, what was your first experience like? Would you and do you? I don't know.
Be a top or a bottom.
Yes, I wanted to ask him without him getting all shy. Yes.
Well,
or verse.
I'm probably gonna step over that question, but I will say my first time. It was I think it might have been like a lot of people's first time where it was kind of like you had to figure shit out.
Right.
Yeah. There was some figuring it out, and there was it wasn't what I expected. So I say that to say I was like almost 16. I was 3 months shy of being 16. And it was a gentleman that we went to school together. We went to high school together. Yeah. And I could tell, about him. And he wasn't too sure about me, so I knew that I had to make the first move. But at this point, it was just kind of like something that I was just like, honestly, it was just kind of like it's been burning in me. Or maybe that's a sugar-coated way of saying I was just horny as hell. It's like, all right, I need to address this thing, but it really was kind of like I need to address this thing. I'm so curious about, like, what the fuck, like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of asking myself questions because definitely during that time, I'm just like overly asking myself the question and like, what is gay or homosexual? Like, is this real? Is this the phase? Like, I just trying to figure it all out. So then, like, now I have the urge, and I knew that I could hit him up. It worked. It wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad. It just was like it wasn't what I expected though either.
Okay.
I had to learn a lot since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
In every way. Yeah.
For City, did you like look at any videos and stuff to like prepare to try to figure out to make sure like it was getting done right, you was doing it right? Or did you just like us?
I think it felt like I already had it figured out, although like, you know, I did know what, for example, masturbation and looking at porn was. So that's mostly what I would utilize porn for. I never put the two and two together, like, here's porn, this is what you do.
Right.
But that probably has everything to do with when it finally happened. And I think that's an argument that people are making about like porn puts up these unrealistic expectations. By the time like this wasn't what I expected or what I thought, and like I had questions that I didn't even get answered until like almost a decade later, honestly.
Yeah.
I have that issue with the regular TV shows. Like, y'all make the faces look real good. The whole scene setup, it just looks good. And it's like, sex is not like that.
Absolutely not. So City, I want to know, City, have you ever really been into a dude and then y'all about to like go have sex and then you find out that his like dick is small?
Damn.
That's a good one.
It's the mini package for me.
It's the shrimp for me.
This is shrimp, yeah.
Happy hour shrimp at that.
I will say this. I don't think most people are a fan of that, but if that's what it is, they just got to make it up in other ways, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I guess that comes down to like, do I fuck with you? Because if I don't fuck with you, it's like,
that's true. You got a good point.
So it depends. It's like where are we at in this situation? But I would also say most of the time in my life, like, damn, this makes me sound like a super hoe.
Listen,
like,
look,
I'm not thinking about like a relationship in a sense.
No.
Although I do like, you know, connecting with men. I'm never like, there's a few times in my life I felt like that. You know, other than that, it's just like, you know.
Tati, have you ever had the experience when like a girl kid?
We're friends. We have
off.
I'm okay. So I don't know if guys even do this. I kind of like, maybe hopefully the straight guys will hear this, but there are ways in which you can approach a female and find out if it smelled wrong or right.
Right.
So no, the answer is no, I have not, because usually if a woman's been working out, I've dealt with women that were cheerleading, and after practice, I was like, it was like, I knew, you know, so I haven't. Now, I have one thing, because it's a preference thing. You already know where I'm going with this. I fucking hate hair. I have a lot of it. Okay, this is enough. And I don't even want to take it out. I was trying to take it out on the highway, and I'm like, fuck, this is enough hair. You know what I mean?
Tati need that bald Becca.
Look, bitch, look. I'm gonna say something. That I've had that where I've went to, you know, be intimate with a woman, and you will think I'm gonna give you a visual, like, not even gonna lie. I know this one girl. I'm gonna give you a visual of Rihanna. All right, I put it close enough to it. Okay, a little lighter.
That's high standard.
And look, she was, you know. And then we went down there, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? It's a little landing pad." I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm sorry, but I didn't expect.
She called it a landing pad. Wait, that sounds thicker than the strip, bitch. Okay, wait. Was it a landing strip or pad?
I mean, she
hella pad.
A little bit. So that was my like, all right, man, look, like, I don't know if I can do that, but like that, I came across one other woman that like full on, like, it was unexpected and it happened. I was just like, when I went my hand down a little bit, I do a little test, okay? If I
like the carpet test.
Yeah. It didn't feel right. I ain't going there. And I was like, I ain't going down there. Like, nah.
Okay, so that's the next question too, because it's like after you touch on it, right? I can imagine that she's like, okay, I'm about to, all right.
No.
And she's like, you're right, and she's getting ready. So how do you like swerve it respectfully?
Yeah, that's a good question because
Damn.
I'm wondering because if you touch me and then you back up, I'm be like, what's up?
Right. Oh, it's a little bit of hair. Oh, I got some there in the
Right.
background.
Y'all make some good points.
And Tati, you don't like just a little bit of funk, just a little bit, just like fresh out the shower, but you just went to the stove real quick and came back.
Look, okay. I take a little if it's it's my shorty. Okay,
That's a growing back phase.
Yeah, I can take a little, week maybe.
But we not talking about the week before the wax appointment. That's
no, hell no.
And please, this is a disclosure. My thing is one thing about my women, like, if I like my women a certain way, I'm gonna keep myself a very similar way. So let's go with that. Yeah. So I do believe in that. Like, if you can't sit here, beggars can't be a chooser. Like, if you want something in some people, then you need to be doing the same shit, if not better. And that's how I really believe in a lot of my friendships, relationships, family ships. I don't care. That reciprocity is big on me. But and I was like, no, like I can't. I couldn't. But that's now a must have. I'm like, look, I come out back. I don't like hair. Like
hair.
Right. I'm gonna tell you from the jump.
So, City, do you manscape or do you like your partner to be like manscape?
That's sexy with a man. I'm like, go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say overall, I would say no for the most part. It don't really bother me. I'm not like it's weird because it's like I really can like if you're hairy, on your chest, or if you don't do much like grooming, for the most part, I'm cool with it. The only time it gets an issue is like if it's just like in the areas that I need to reach. Yeah. But normally it's not. Normally it's not for the most part. But there's been a time that it's been like, oh shit, like
like boom,
I'm gonna take the air. Like, how did that happen? But nah, I don't have any type of preference, honestly, when it comes down to it, honestly.
So you don't either, right? You say you don't, or sometimes.
I groom a little bit, and only because I groom a little bit. I do, just because it's weird because I guess you make me realize now I'm doing something for other people, but it's because like I might come across or pretty much of the gentleman who am I really saying all this?
Yeah,
it's okay.
I mean, it's not a secret. Like I don't have a boyfriend, but I have friends.
Right.
Okay.
Different friends like different things. So
yeah. That's the same with I know for me, like if my dude don't like it, then I'm shaving.
I don't. But like if your dude didn't care, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't do nothing either, right?
Yeah. Sometimes he just
no facts.
You get it how you get it.
If you want it. Right. If you really want it.
Right.
Period.
That's true.
So we're gonna take a little turn into the trans community or for Pride. So how do you guys feel about D Wade's son's transition and doing it at such a young age? Or is it best to do it at a young age?
I think it's best to do it at a young age because if you're transitioning, you have more the opportunity to achieve whatever goal you have when you're a young age. And the reason why go ahead and do it at a young age, because those attitudes generally don't change. There is a small percentage of the transgender community who do, I don't know what the term is, like recourse. Is very small though, but that's not what happens in the majority. So if your child especially has the courage enough to tell you, like as a child, that they're like, that's how they feel, like there's already reported, and I hate to say reported cases, but there's a transgender community. That's not going to change. I don't think that's going to change in the future. And I don't think that anything that you could do that's going to change your child from that. That's legitimate.
Yeah.
Honestly, and even in the same way of, you know, somebody being homosexual, there's nothing my parents could have done to stop me from being a homosexual male. Nothing.
Yeah.
And they tried. And not only my parents, society tried. And that's really what is going on even with homophobic culture. Society is trying to demand that people change something that they genuinely cannot. So absolutely believe your children if they are telling you that this is how they feel, and leave it up to the child. Again, these people know what they want. I know it's more of a fear that you have as a parent versus what the child is actually experiencing. So you don't want to pass that. That has nothing to do with them. They know what they want. We all knew what we want. We scared. I'm about to wrap up, but like, perfect example. I knew ever since I was a child I wanted to play guitar. I taught myself when I was like 26. You know what I mean? That didn't even change.
Right.
Maybe a bad example, but I feel like that's an example. Like you want even when you're a kid.
Yeah. Thoughts?
I like how you put that because, you know, he's right, like in a lot of aspects. One major thing is just let them and allow them. You know, just thinking about, excuse me, even my own experience. Had I known how I felt and I had the courage to tell my mother and my father, I would have been more comfortable in my skin. And I think generation gap is another reason for that because if you think about it, I feel like kids nowadays, they feel so comfortable because now it's more accepting. Back when myself and City were growing up, it was like we had to go through the BS, you know? And let's be honest, like I'm pretty sure, you know, our parents, if they had been transitioning or even wanted to transition or even wanted to be in the community, they had to go through a lot. So everyone opens doors for each other. But I say in this day and age, it's really important to allow kids to express themselves and be open and communicate. Because let me tell you, the one thing I would not want is me. I'm thinking that way. But I would be so devastated if my child didn't tell me and didn't feel comfortable telling me. But then I had to find out that my child was dying from a virus or dying from, or not even dying from a disease, or even just saying like caught something. Because I had straight friends, let's be honest, that caught a couple of STDs. I've never in my life. And I remember driving my friends to these different clinics and things like that. Like, what does that say? You know what I mean? So I feel like if you're allowing yourself to be open with your children, you should be able to have that conversation with them. I understand you might not like it, but it's not your life for choosing. It's for them, and you know, love them and cherish them. You know, my favorite question to say. I don't know if I said this in the last conversation, but I do bring this up to people, and it's a rhetorical question, and that is, you know, would you be okay with your child being gay, lesbian, or even trans? And if